All right, let's talk about a super buzzy new tool coming out of Google Labs called Opal. Now, the promise is huge. It's supposed to let literally anyone build AI apps with zero code just by saying what you want. But as you're about to find out, it's not quite that simple. So right off the bat, you hit a problem. You hear about this thing and you do what we all do. You Google it. Well, if you search for Opal AI, you are going to run straight into a wall of confusion. Turns out the name Opal is, well, it's pretty popular. Are we talking about a tool for building little AI apps, or is it for enterprise marketing? Wait, no, maybe it's for managing developer policies, or 3D scanning, or even an app to help you get off your phone. Believe it or not, the answer is yes, to all of them. And that's where our investigation really begins. Okay, first things first, let's tackle this identity crisis head on. Because when people in tech talk about Opal, they're usually talking about one of two completely different things. So let's break this down. On one hand, you've got Google Opal. Think of this as the super accessible, no-code tool for, marketers, designers, anyone who just has an idea. But then you have this other thing, Opal, which stands for Open Policy Administration Layer. And this is for the hardcore developers. It's open source, it's all about security policies, they are worlds apart. Okay, so just to be crystal clear, for the rest of this conversation, when I say Opal, I am only talking about the Google one, the experimental, no-code AI app builder from Google Labs. Got it? Cool. Let's forget the others exist for now. So now that we know which Opal we're talking about, let's get into the really cool part. What does it actually do? Well, it's all built around this amazing idea, this new term you're going to hear a lot more about, vibe coding. And yeah, vibe coding is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. Instead of getting lost in lines and lines of code, you just focus on the vibe. What's the function? What's the feel you're going for? You just describe it in plain English, then the AI does the heavy lifting. That's the whole idea behind Opal. And the way it works is just ridiculously simple. Step 1, you just talk to it. Explain what you want your app to do in normal, everyday language. Step 2, bam! Opal's AI, which, by the way, is running on Google's Gemini models, spits out this visual workflow, like a little flowchart of your app. And finally, step 3, you get a link, a live, shareable link to the app you just dreamed up. It's insane. We're talking minutes from idea to reality. Think about it. You could just type in something like, hey, create an app that takes a YouTube link and gives me a summary of the main points. And that's it. No messing with APIs, no setting up servers, absolutely no code. Just an idea and a sentence. Okay, this all sounds great in theory, right? But does it actually work? Well, let's put it to the test. We're going to look at a classic showdown. Google Opal versus a big competitor, Replit. The challenge? To build the classic game Snake. The rules were super simple. Give both tools the exact same prompt. I want to build the Snake game. Then just sit back and see what happens. Who's going to build it faster? And more importantly, whose game is actually going to be, playable? And the results? Whoa, they were not even close. Replit really struggled. It took a bunch of tries just to get a version that didn't crash right away. And even then, the final game was super laggy. But Opal, it was a one-shot. First try, boom, a perfectly playable, totally responsive game. Just like that. The guy who ran the test, Craig Hewitt, put it perfectly. He said with the Replit version, he couldn't even make those quick turns you need to play Snake properly. He was just like, I gotta say Google Opal with the win here. Hands down, no contest. But, and this is a huge but, then came the problem. He wanted to make one tiny change in Opal. Just make the little food pellets different colors. And he couldn't. He hit a total brick wall. As he put it, I can't see anything. There's no code, there's no progress bar. It really is just a giant black box. And that right there is the catch. So that black box problem, that's not just a small complaint. It's the #1 issue that developers have with Opal. And it really helps us understand what this thing is and what it isn't. Okay, let's just spell it out. This is the deal breaker for any serious developer. When you build something with Opal, you don't actually get code. You get a pretty picture, a visual workflow, and that workflow is trapped inside Google's world forever. You can't take it with you, you can't modify it, you can't put it on your own server. It's locked in. And if you look at how it stacks up against the competition, it's night and day. Tools like Lovable, Bolts, Replit, V0, they all give you real, usable code files. React, TypeScript, you name it. They let you export your work, connect to GitHub, hook up databases. Opal, it does none of that. It's a classic walled garden. So you can probably see where this is going. The consensus from the experts is pretty clear. Robert Matsuka from Hyperdev said it well. Opal is an amazing tool for rapid prototyping. It's perfect for testing out an idea to see if it works, but it is not for building something real that you're going to launch. And if you want the, let's say, less diplomatic take, just look at what people are saying on Reddit. This one user on the vibe coding subreddit just lays it out. It's completely useless for actual use cases. They point out that you can't even do basic things like use tables or create loops, so anything even slightly complex is just off the table. All right, so after all that, we're back to the big question. Is Opal a revolutionary new tool, or is it just a really cool toy? Well, the truth is, the answer really depends on who's asking the question. So let's make this super clear. Who is Opal for? It's for marketers who need a quick little tool. It's for entrepreneurs who want to build a fast proof of concept to show investors. It's awesome for students and hobbyists just playing around. But who is it not for? It's not for professional developers building real software. If you need security, databases, custom code, or if you just want to actually own what you build, this is not the tool for you. Period. And that kind of leaves us with this one last big idea to chew on. Opal is fascinating because it completely hides the code. It takes all that complexity and just makes it disappear. And in doing so, it turns anyone with an idea into a creator. It really makes you wonder, right? Are we looking at a future where we don't develop software anymore? We just describe it?